Good day, and welcome back to episode whatever 23. I know the episode number now. I closed the door again. I seem to make a habit of that. I don't know why, but it's awesome. Oh God! Yesterday was a glorious chapter for Bleach. If you haven't seen the review, yeah. He's not back, but still hoping he's back. My head's in spin all through Muto's class. I'm going to have dinner with Emi, who wants to be my girlfriend, no less. Well, she never said that, did she? I forgot. A date. And then she kissed me. That kiss. I keep going back to it, playing it over in my mind again and again. Everything about that moment felt so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thoughts of Emi. Well, who knew a kiss could make you go all gobbledygook? If I ever kiss someone? No. Do I give a damn? Of course not. I'm Xaydam. Nakai? Hello? Yes, doctor? It seems like I've drifted a bit too far. Huh? What? Egad, you've contracted some kind of amnesia. Someone get the nurse. The class chuckles at Muto's antics. Sorry, sir. Won't happen again and all that, right? Exactly. Muto brightens considerably. Well, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all. Oh my, that's just like a guilt trip. Well, he technically has been a star pupil for Emi's and for Lily's and Hanako's to an extent. But Emi's, he's going all girl crazy. I think this arc is the more typical relationship. Oh God, I'm so gonna hate this. I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as star pupil, I think. Fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. Got it memorized? True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of the class. Nakai, may I have a word with you? Oh, God. I wonder if I'm in trouble for earlier. Probably are. Sure. Am I in trouble? Muto looks genuinely confused for a moment. Beg your pardon? He tilts his head to one side and thinks for a moment. Oh, that! No. You're not in trouble You're not in any sort of trouble. There's just a question I want to ask you. What's that? Oh God, the window's fucking open. Be right back. I don't want people going past hearing me. There we are. Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans for after graduation are. Ooh, I'm actually interested for this one. Are you going to university? Oh, we said yes to that. Yeah, I guess. I can't really see a reason not to go. Given any thoughts to what you'll study? Not really, no. I'll figure I'll come up with something when I get there. That's a crap plan! Muto laughs. Taking things as they come, eh? Well, I do that, but I know that is a stupid plan. I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to university. Well, not really. I knew I'd go into science, I just wasn't sure which one. Oh, right. Ended up with physics, but could just as well have gone for astronomy or what have you. Actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there were all sorts of things. Muto trails off and frowns slightly. It takes a minute for him to recover his train of thought, and I wait patiently for him to continue. So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well because I had an interest in that, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are. Yes? Well, yeah, I suppose. He smiles at me enthusiastically, as if waiting for me to confirm that, yes, here is where we are. Somehow, I get the feeling that Muto had a plan for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out exactly. Well, I think he's trying to say that your first choice isn't normally a concrete choice. Like, the second choice is normally the best option for you. I'm sorry, I'm not following you. Muto frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then snaps his fingers as if he's remembered what the point of all this was. Right, yes, you. Me? Yes, you should look into studying one of the sciences. You're fantastic at it. Unless you'd rather just go into math. Oh god, don't go into math. Go into science like you do. Muto makes a sour face. Good man. Not a big fan of straight math. I always liked the experiments more than the proofs. You're saying I should study science at university? Exactly. Muto seems thrown off balance by my question. Well, sort of. You can also join the science club. Trouble is, there's not actually a science club. But there could be. You could even be a charter member. A founding father. Of course, you'd need to find other members. Oh my god. Well, only if you wanted to. We could just start it up with the two of us. And, I could give you things to read and we could talk about them. And I could help you get ready for university and such as well. Okay. Wait. Muto rummages around in his briefcase and tosses me a book. Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it. A brief history of time. Where are you going with this, Muto? I don't know if I actually want to read this, but Muto seems pretty excited about it. What's it about? Time, space-time, black holes and such. And it's not that dense. Just to see if that sort of thing's interesting for you, you understand? Hang around after class and we can either discuss it, or I can show you how to make explosives in the lab. Ooh, I like that. He waves a hand at me, at my quizzical expression. Joking, sorry. Ah. Still, I've kept you here long enough for now. Think about science as a career path, Nakai. I think you'd enjoy it. Okay, I will. Thank you for the book. Well, that was interesting. I mean, explosives. Well, we could have some fun. I leave the classroom and look up at the clock. Quite a chunk of time to kill until Emi's out of practice. Guess I'll give this book a look. I should probably shower as well. Showering before a date's only proper, right? Oh, God. I head back down to the dorms. I wonder where I'm supposed to meet Emi anyway. She said after practice, but she didn't say where I should find her. Do you have a cell phone number? I guess I can just swing by the track. That's probably best anyway. If she needs a shower, I can just wait for her in a room or something. Or in the hallway, I guess. That would be better as well. I take a quick shower, remembering to take my medication once I hop out. Yes. Now for a look at this book. Katawa? Yay! Do 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 do. Awake with a start. What? You fell asleep? Shit, what time is it? A glance at the clock reveals that I've been asleep for nearly an hour. Thank goodness. You didn't read the book? Emi's practice should be finishing up soon. I throw on some casual clothes and head for the track. Ah. Somehow I get the feeling we won't be doing anything fancy for dinner. Emi doesn't strike me as a very fancy sort of person. True that. Still, I suppose there's a lot I have yet to know about Emi. Despite our newfound closeness, I still feel like I don't know her as well as I should. Oh well, I have lots of time to fix that. Oh, talking. To be honest, I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. I'm so caught up in my own thoughts that I hardly register that I'm already at the track. Emmy's nowhere to be found. Ha! She stood you up. I don't even see any signs of the track team. Ha! This could be embarrassing. I turn to head toward the girls' dormitory when I hear a shout. Hey, it's out. God damn it, woman. Huh. Casual clothes. Fair enough. I turn around to see Emmy making a beeline for me with a gym bag slung over her shoulder. Really? Really? I don't see a gym bag. She's changed into some decidedly more casual clothing. A pair of shorts and an olive green top. Olive! Arthur! Oh god. On the buses. I think that's what it's called. Really? Probably. Hilarious show. Her running blades have been replaced by more realistic looking legs that probably wouldn't fool anyone. Wait, hang on. Was she? If that's the case, was she wearing her metallic running legs when she was having dinner and such with us? Huh, I just assumed she was wearing, well, something like this. Emmy doesn't seem to care about that, a fact which makes me smile. Hey, you came. I mean, I figured you would, but still. I suddenly find myself wrapped in a rather affectionate hug, and it proves to be impossible for me to keep what must be the world's largest grin off my face. Well, of course I came. I'd be crazy not to, right? I don't share your enthusiasm, I'm sorry. I respect her, yes, but yeah, you know. Emmy ponders for a moment. You know, that's true. I mean, I'm pretty amazing after all. Sure you are. I shrug in response. I certainly think so. It's an offhand remark, which is why I'm surprised to see that it seems to have caught Emmy by surprise. She blushes and smiles warmly at me before planting a kiss on my lips. Jesus, this is definitely going to be a typical romance arc. Now it's my turn to be surprised. Emmy steps back, resting her weight on her back heel, looking pleased with herself. My brain fumbles for an appropriate response. Dot. I shall compliment you more often. Emmy laughs and gives me a playful shove. Jerk. What? I don't understand. I throw an arm around Emmy's shoulder and am pleased when she immediately leans into me as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Oh god. So where to? I'm not actually sure. Okay. Where do people go on dates around here anyway? You're asking him? Whether he is experienced with dates or not, I mean, he's the new person. He doesn't know anything apart from the park and the Shanghai. That's a damned good question. I've got no idea. Why don't we just head down to the Aura Mart and grab something portable? Emmy's face brightens at this idea. A picnic! Oh, right, okay. I think you're onto something, Yashao. Emmy snakes her arm around my waist and we begin to head for the front gate. I'm entirely unsure of what I'm meant to do in this situation, but at least Emmy seems to be equally clueless. Oh god. I mean, suppose that would be an upside. You don't have to be so nervous. Despite the relaxing feeling of being with Emmy, I still can't help feeling a little tense. There we are. What if I do something wrong? I'd hate to make an ass out of myself. Oh, this place. The trip to the Aura Mart is accompanied by Emmy's chatter about how practice went. I keep quiet for for the most part, merely enjoying the warmth of being around Emi. We get a few odd looks and passerbys, but I don't mind. Nosy Bartlocks. We wind up buying some bread and instant noodles, realizing too late that we cannot actually cook the larder in the park. Oh well, I'll make it for lunch or something. That'll work. This is surprisingly easy going. I'm slightly terrified, to be honest. The park is located after a brief loss of direction that I blame entirely on Emi. Kenny, it's this way! She, of course, blames me. Oh, yes. We find a spot beneath a tree and sit down. I lean back against the trunk. Emi sits across from me. I guess we should have brought a blanket or something to sit on her. Oh, the grass is fine as long as it's not muddy. Child. Emi shrugs. I don't mind. Neither do I. Then why bring it up? God's sake. Emi tosses me a package of bread and we dig in. Curry bread. Interesting. I guess I wasn't really paying attention to what I grabbed in the store. Hey, so, you look like your bread's a little spicy. Okay. I shake my head, trying in vain to keep an image of manliness. Nah, it's hardly spicy at all. Liar. I see. That must be why your face has gotten so red. Yes, exactly. A lack of spice has gotten my blood up. Because of the disappointment. Emi laughs and swallows the last of her bread. Well, if you can't handle it, I'll be glad to take it off your hands. Hey, just because you wolfed down yours so quickly doesn't mean I'm just going to give you mine. Emi mock pouts, causing me to nearly choke on my bread with laughter. Ah, come on, Hisao. Aren't you supposed to be concerned with making sure I've got enough to eat now? What? We're dating, you know. Oh god, that sinful word. Though, Emi looks troubled all of a sudden. I can't say I feel any different. Is that a good thing? What do you mean by that? What makes this a date? It's just what we do when... It's just what we would have done anyway, really. But this should feel different because before, when we had lunch, we were friends. And now we're a level above friends. You sound like Rin. Laughter escapes and Emi grins. Well, she might have put the thought into my mind. We've talked about that sort of thing before. About the two of you dating Hisao? Really? About me? Not really. Just stuff, really. Rin thinks that the change of a label from friend to girlfriend seems arbitrary most of the time. Oh, yes. Like there's no difference between the two. I can think of at least one, you know. You don't tend to kiss your friends quite as much. That's true, yeah, I'll give you that. For a second time today, Emi blushes slightly and giggles. I suppose you're right. Exactly. I'm always right about things like this. What? Emi rolls her eyes and chuckles. Guess you're pretty smart, huh? No, he's not. I nod in agreement. You, bath plug. Yep. Even Moto thinks so. He thinks I should go into some scientific study after graduation. Emi raises an eyebrow. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm thinking I actually might do just that. Oh god, I thought of Jade then. Really, the more I consider the idea, the more it appeals to me. Thank God for that. I make a mental note to look into it a little more closely. So what are you thinking of doing after graduation? Still planning on running? I'd be sad if she did stop running. Emi shrugs, seemingly almost a bit hesitant. I don't know. If I'm good enough and I can find a team, I guess. You could just go into the well, I don't know watch the Olympics, but I don't know runners having teams. You mean you aren't sure? I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Oh, for God's sake, just say, oh, okay, fair enough, or I see. You probably should, you know. Graduation isn't that far off. Oh god, this isn't the topic for a date. I suppose if it's small talk, but Lau, you're just pushing it. Emi fidgets a little nervously. Yeah, well, it's far enough, right? Besides, I've got other things to think about. Exams? There's a mischievous flash behind Emi's eyes, and I suddenly find myself gloriously pinned against a tree. Like, making sure this is a real date, right? Right? I mean, if we don't kiss, then it's not a date at all, right? I suppose. Strawberries and curry. Not the best combination, but I don't think I mind. Emi sits back on my legs and grins again. There, science would approve, right? I have the oddest mental image of Muto nodding seriously and making a mark on some checklist. Oh, I just did as well. I can't help laughing at the idea. Well, I'll admit, this is the first time I've ever witnessed a kiss met with laughter before. Should I feel offended? No. I'm sure science approves. Emi beams at me and I find it increasingly difficult to keep my brain functioning properly. Oh, good. It is at this point I notice that Emi has stolen the remainder of my curry bread while I was otherwise occupied with images of teachers wielding clipboards. Hey. Emi tries to look innocent, but considering she just crammed the last bit of my bread into her mouth, it does not appear to be working. Sorry, couldn't we wished. Thief. Emi shrugs. A shrug from my companion is all I get in response. You used your feminine wiles on me. I wasn't that hungry anyway, but I still feel that the point needs to be made. Emi seems confused by the phrase feminine wiles, but the understanding dawns on her features after a moment thought. Wasn't anything of the sort. You were laughing. Feminine wiles don't involve laughing. I guess I can't argue with this. That doesn't change your thievery. Emi laughs at my injured tone and gives me a playful shove. Fine, you can have the instant noodle. Are you kidding? That stuff's terrible. If anything, you should definitely eat it as punishment. You'll probably enjoy it. Another laugh from the girl sitting on my legs, both of which have fallen asleep by now. Lol. She fell. I twitch one leg to try waking it up, which has the unintended effect of unbalancing Emi, who falls to the side with a startled eep. Whoops, sorry about that. Legs fell asleep on me. Jesus Christ. Emi remains on the ground, giggling. Oh, thank God for that. I stand up a little shakily, feeling the nerves in my legs return to normal. My eyes wander over the scenery before fixing on the figure of Emi, who has yet to get up. Oh, new picture. Her hair is splayed out around her head. Her arms are spread and laughter is bubbling through her mouth. Everything about Emi seems condensed into this one image. Her energy, her spirit, her childish giggling. The urge to lay down on the grass with her rises swiftly from the back of my mind to the forefront of my thoughts, and indeed I am convinced that I would love nothing more than to do just that. Unfortunately, the sun has set, and it is probably time for us to get back to the dormitories. Sad face. While Emi may be happy to stay out here all night, I don't think I have that ability. Besides, homework soon beckons. It wouldn't make sense to start thinking about things like university and then slack off, would it? Exactamundo. I extend a hand to help Emi up. We should probably get going. Emi makes a sour face. You're right. She grabs my proffered hand and I pull her to her feet and into a hug. I'm gonna yawn. You apologise. This time I'm not the one who kisses her. This time I'm the one. Why am I saying words that aren't there? This time I'm the one who kisses her, unable to resist having Emi against me. Seems a shame to leave you, you know. Oh god, I'm gonna vomit. Yeah, it does. You're so vain. But if we don't get back to school soon, we'll probably get into trouble. Emi pokes me in the ribs playfully. And you need to do your homework, I'm sure. Sadly, you're absolutely right. I throw my arm around her shoulders and we make the trek back to the school, accompanied by occasional bouts of laughter as our conversation jumps from subject to subject. Everything from running to school to the peculiar way that one of the cafeteria workers smells. On odd topic. Yawned again. Bloody hell. All too soon we find ourselves outside of the girls' dormitories building. Well, I guess I'll be going then. I guess so, huh? Emi grins at me again with that mischievous look. Oh god. Are you going to be able to survive without me? Most definitely. I laugh. I'm sure I'll manage. How terrible. Aren't you supposed to say something like, I'll be counted in the seconds you're away? Nah, I don't think so. Emi pulls me down into a quick goodbye kiss and steps back, looking unexpectedly shy. Thanks for dinner. I really had fun. Honestly, I did. So did I. I think we shall have to do it again sometime. Emi laughs at my deadpan delivery and nods. See you bright and early tomorrow morning, right? You've got to run off that bread after all. You ate most of it. Of course, despite the fact that you ate most of it. Yes, despite that. See you later, Hisao. Oh dear god. As Emi turns to head inside, I notice something weird. Something so weird that I'm surprised I didn't notice it earlier. She's limping slightly. Oh my, favouring the left leg. Hey Emi. Is your leg okay? Emi looks confused, or at least fakes confusion. Don't lie to me, woman. What are you talking about? Your right leg. You're limping. There's the brightest flash of concern on Emi's face. Either she didn't want me to know, or she didn't think I noticed, or I'd prefer to think she just didn't realise it. The last one, no. Oh, that. She shrugs casually. Must have gotten knocked a little out of alignment during the picnic. No idea what would have caused that, of course. Dog's bollocks. I think back to being pinned under the tree. Ah. You should have told me. You could have stopped and fixed it, you know. Emi waves a hand airily. Nah, it's nothing big of a deal. Don't worry about it, okay, Sal? It's fine. Balls! I'm pressing her. Are you absolutely sure? You don't want to go ahead and adjust. You don't want to go ahead and adjust it before heading up the stairs? You could get hurt if you don't, right? I said it was fine, Isao. Seriously, don't worry about it. I got some experience in these matters after all. Yeah, I suppose so. Emi grins reassuringly. Honestly, Isao, I appreciate the concern, but really I'm okay. Lies! Now really, I need to get going. Your attempts to keep me around are doomed to fail. Of course. Just prolonging the goodbye, I suppose. Nice save. Another grin lights up Emi's face. Good night, Isao. Good night. Liar! As she limps inside, I find myself hoping she's okay despite her assurance that she's fine. When the girl says she's fine, she's lying. I think I can call this a successful first date. Hell, any date that ends with Emi pinning me under a tree to kiss me can't be bad, can it? The fuck? That was the door. I'm not going to. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. I wouldn't know. I head back to my room, mentally thank the gods that Kenji doesn't ambush me in the hallway, and get started on my homework. Please transition. Thank God. And after this, I'm ending off episode 23. Woo! I'm Lord Xaydam. You're my viewers. And the morning is far too early for my tastes. See you in the next episode.